This cathedral has had countless Irish parishioners since its inception almost 200 years ago. Is it haunted or not? Come with us and find out. Welcome to Haunt Me. So Carol, I know that your mom's house and the old school house were both really great experiences for our team. We get to hone our investigation skills a lot. But I think going into the next investigation, we should try to focus more on getting some legitimate evidence for our viewers. How do you think we should go about doing that, though?
I think that we should hit an older place, one with more history attached to it, and that will increase the chances of finding a haunting. Have you guys heard of the Irish Heritage Center?
That old church in Portland.
Yeah, it used to be St. Dominic's Church. It was built in the early 1800s. By far the oldest place we've seen yet, and I think it could be the place with the evidence that we're looking for.
Oh yeah, for sure. I've been to that place and it's huge. I definitely think it'd be a really good idea to wire the whole building with our IR cameras and allow crew members to roam around with the mobile IR cameras as well. And that way we'll be able to bump up our chances of getting some good evidence.
Yeah, absolutely. And Ty has that new spirit box he won't shut up about, so so I'm sure he'll want to use that too.
Of course.
I love that idea. Carol, I know you're going to be out of town, so you're going to miss this one, but do you think you could talk to your contacts at the Irish Heritage Center and see if they can share their stories with us?
Absolutely, yeah.
All right. I'll get the rest of the team together and tell them the plan. Previously known as St. Dominic's Cathedral, is one of the most striking buildings in downtown Portland. More than 100 years after its inception, this masterpiece still stands today, serving as a meeting place for the community's Irish-American population. We plan to explore the different levels of the cathedral, seeking out the truth as we test out our new investigation strategies. Perhaps we will see the ghosts of laborers, still hard at work after centuries, striving to preserve this building.
My name is Lance DeRoche. And as a kid, I went to St. Dominic's School and church here at the same time. There's a connection with everybody that went to church here and that come here even today to work on the main Irish Heritage Center or the Irish American Club to bring this place back to its beauty. I believe it was 1833 they started this church. It originally faced State Street, and after years of doing what they had to do to fix the church and get it up and everything, it caught fire. And then, because it was an Irish Catholic church and a very pretty one at that, when it burned, they made them put it on Gray Street. So that's the church proper as it is now on Gray Street.
The Irish Heritage Center is over 170 years old and has been open to the public for that entire span. We're hoping that the high amount of patrons passing through its doors will increase the likelihood of the old church being haunted, and with all luck that those spirits will want to communicate with us. Our team talked with David Soule, one of the original board members of the Irish Heritage Center, to hear his personal claim of paranormal activity in the cathedral.
At one point the bell fell in the tower, and then the Patriot storm hit. We had a board meeting. They had hired some workmen. So I came in and they were still working behind plastic. And the meeting got over and I got up. Maureen said, where are you going? And I said, well, I just want to talk to these guys before they leave. I can't believe they're working here this late. She said, what guys? And I said, the workmen that are here. And she said, they left before the meeting. But I could see them. During the meeting, I could see them walking back and forth. I watched them. I can actually remember at one point thinking I saw someone bending over to get something off the floor because there were piles of wood out there and stuff. There's no one there.
Hearing Lance and David's stories, Haunt Me gives the Irish Heritage Center a pre-rate of 3. Most of the stories are personal experiences, and while it does seem like there may be something going on, there's no solid evidence. Our goal tonight is to get that evidence.
On this investigation, we'll be focusing less on learning the trade of ghost hunting and coalescing as a team, Instead, we will focus on accumulating audio, visual, and personal evidence that we can bring to our viewers. To do this, each group will be recording their entire night's experience, and we'll also be placing stationary recorders in hotspots around the church. Ty can then analyze any anomalies we may find throughout the night and present those as possible evidence of a haunting. Sean will also be making sure that the entire expanse of the church is captured on video. Our camera crew will follow each group with a mobile IR as they move throughout the church. This will increase our chances of capturing the ever-elusive visual evidence. All in all, I think our team will do a great job executing this plan.
So, we are in, what would you call this part of the building, Sean?
The main cathedral?
We're in the main cathedral part to begin our investigation tonight. Oh, hold on. Yeah. Yeah, let's try it out. Bust out the Gaelic phrase to start.
A really good idea to stir up activities using a trigger. Being in the Irish Heritage Centre, we had the idea that we should possibly speak Gaelic, because maybe some of the members that might still be wandering around those halls speak that as a native language.
Yeah. Where is Ty is my name. Ty es anem doom. Ty es anem doom.
Katie es anem doom.
Sean es anem doom. So, hopefully what we're doing there is to say a trigger in Gaelic, which could be a native language of people who helped build the church.
I'm just throwing this out there. I'm totally ready to go up to that creepy bell tower.
You're gonna go up there?
I have the rubber gloves to do it.
You gotta, yes, and make sure you get the camera from our cameraman.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Upon reviewing the evidence, I was able to uncover a possible communication attempt. This EVP is of a spirit possibly saying hello.
To do it.
You gotta, yes, and make sure you get the camera from our cameraman.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
EVPs are also known as electronic voice phenomena. They may be some of the most common, but they are also some of the best evidence a ghost hunter can hope to find. When listening to a recording and analyzing the wave file, you can start to differentiate between the normal human vocal range and an EVP. An EVP operates below the human vocal range and is often much quieter. It can be garbled or muddled and often speaks over an investigator's question. The challenge then becomes finding out what the intent of the communication is and trying to figure out what is being said.
Are you Irish? The Spirit Box is a new piece of technology that we acquired.
Can you say this one word very clearly for us? Use the energy.
The Spirit Box cycles through AM stations at a rapid pace, so it's basically just putting out garbage noise.
Are you in here with us?
Through that noise, people believe that spirits can take that energy, take that audio, and communicate with the investigators in real time.
How many of you are there? Did you just say 7?
Sounded like the same voice, continuously responding to questions that we asked.
Did you just say 7?
Sean, you found the bell tower?
No, we're here.
The bell tower was easily my favorite part of the whole evening. I decided to climb the ladder with one arm while filming myself, so I kind of did this going up, and that was kind of scary.
You should probably use both hands. Oh, Jesus, Sean. Did you see the bell?
Oh my god.
What?
There it is.
Ring it!
It's huge. Ty, it's huge.
Ring it!
Take a picture of it. It's really spooky up here, you guys. There's more dead birds up here.
Katie's going up.
So people come here to congregate if I ring it?
The ghosts will come.
Alright, I'm gonna try to ring it.
The bell inside was so heavy, I literally had to push it like a few times with a lot of force to ring that thing.
It was amazing. You could hear it just echo throughout the town, and the whole bell tower shook.
One more time, Sean.
Are you in here with us? Over in that far corner? The light just went off in there. What? The light just went off in that room. That room right there. The light inside kept flickering, like every so often. Can you flicker the light again? Let us know that you're here. turn this off for a minute. I seriously saw a light go off.
I saw that also, yeah.
All right, so we're trying to debunk. I'm going outside. So we went outside to see if that room had a window that could be facing outdoors that would account for some of the light coming into the room. Let's go see how that looks from that room. Sure enough, there was an outdoor motion light right outside, facing into that window. So now we wait for the light to turn off to see if it's the outside light, which I'm pretty sure it is. Managed to figure out that it was indeed someone walking by that caused that. Yeah, it just went off. Debunked.
I felt a presence in the church, for sure. It felt a little heavier in the actual church than it did in the basement.
After interviewing Lance, we found out that his experience that he had was right off of the doors to the cathedral that faced State Street. So this is where Lance said he was when he heard something behind him.
I was a greeter down here at the main doors. And we had come in and we opened the doors at 4 o'clock, both the downstairs doors and these doors. One night, I thought I heard somebody behind me. So I stood up out of my chair and I come up the few stairs that's there and I looked around and there was nobody there. Kind of put chills up my spine. So I went back down, started reading my book again, and I heard it again. A few minutes later, my wife and Pat McBride come out and walked down and said, "Where's all your company?" And I said, "There has been no company since we opened the door."
And so I went over to that area just to sort of see if I could get a similar reaction or hear something behind me like he did. The same noise for me that you made for Lance? I actually heard a weird thumping noise come from a room off of that stairway area. Okay. Is that Caitlin? I just heard a noise from that room in there. There's a room over here. Just heard like a creaking coming from this room. Anyone in here?
Do you want to show yourself to us in the mirror?
Oh my gosh. It's just a weird unexplained noise. That whole area probably felt the creepiest to me. What a gorgeous place the Irish Heritage Center is.
Yeah, I know, it was amazing. I mean, we were there beforehand setting up, and all that sunlight coming through the stained glass was so beautiful.
I know, right? If I were a ghost, I would love to hang out there.
I wish Carol could have come with us.
Nah, she would have just made it ugly.
Not even here to defend herself.
Yeah, it was a great experience, and the perfect place to use the spirit box for the first time.
Oh yeah, the spirit box is intense. But I wonder if that noise it gives off intimidates any of the ghosts that are around, especially ones that maybe were from a time before technology existed. So
it's definitely possible. But I did notice that when we were using it, you guys especially were explaining what the spirit box was and how it worked, so it could have made them feel more comfortable and interact with it. So did you guys get any hits with it?
When Ash and I were in the basement, we asked how many spirits were there, and I thought that I heard like a 7, so I asked again and got a much clearer 6.
Oh, cool.
I did have a lot of fun at the bell tower.
Oh my god, when you rang it, that was incredible. I was like 50 feet in the air hanging off the ladder and the whole building shook.
It was awesome, yeah. I was going to do it again, but our camera guy informed me that the bell actually crashed through the building just a few years ago, so didn't want to take the risk.
That's mildly terrifying.
Good thing you didn't. I think it was really awesome that we were able to debunk something, because I know that light really freaked us out at first, so I'm glad we followed through and figured out where it was coming from.
And I think that might be an ongoing issue investigating in the middle of downtown, where there's so much going on and there are all these lights outside and there's all this commotion.
Yeah. Speaking of commotion, what was with all those noises we were hearing up in the cathedral?
I know, it really sounded like there were people working upstairs.
Yeah, when me and Sean were down in the basement, we literally heard someone come barreling down the stairs, but there was no one there. To try to debunk that later in the night, me and Caitlin went upstairs to the cathedral and we just started running around to see if we could recreate the noise.
And it sounded different, I think, than the one that we had originally heard, so we heard earlier. So.
It did? Okay.
Yeah. So Ty, in looking over your notes from your team, it sounds like you got an EVP.
Yeah, when I was listening to the audio, I realized that when I heard that hello, it was at a different vocal range than what humans usually speak at.
Yes, and make sure you get the camera from our cameraman.
Oh yeah.
Hello.
Then I listened a little bit closer and I realized that it's talking over Sean and Katie.
Wow, so you didn't hear it with your ears at all?
No, we would have noted it if we did.
Awesome, that's our first real EVP. That's exactly what we were looking for this investigation. Lance's story was really validated for me. I was trying to recreate his experience over near the cathedral doors, and I heard a really weird noise come from that storage room with the mirror in it.
And I was the only one even near there, and I was far enough away where it couldn't have been me.
Right. So what would you guys give this one?
I'd have to give this one a 4. I mean, we didn't really capture any visual evidence that we could show for. We did get some minimal audio evidence.
Our evidence yielded a 4. Combined with our pre-rate of a 3, we gave the Irish Heritage Centre a 3.5. This puts it right between a frith and obstreperous haunt.
This was a successful investigation. We accomplished our goal of capturing legitimate evidence in the form of the EVP of the disembodied voice saying hello, along with the strange noise in the storage room, which validated Lance's experience. Going forward, I believe our team has the skills necessary to capture similar evidence on future investigations.